That's why
you guys should have a staring contest.
I'm so excited.
Do a Turkish staring contest. Juan and John.
Contest.
It's like a
It's
over. It's over.
Yeah.
It's
like a 90s soap opera.
You submitted to my welded toes.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt Bell. I am the host of Full Belly Podcast, brought to you by Team Recovery. This is episode 4. I have Juan actually co-hosting with me. We're going to share the camera today.
Odele.
Juan, what's your...
Juan, Hispanic cause of panic. Duarte.
Oh my God, that's so good. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for tuning in. This should be fun. Oscar's in here today, my cat. Hopefully he makes an appearance at some point on a camera or maybe a few of them. And I have really, really cool guests here that I've gotten to know recently in the recent future. And there's just really good things percolating inside. Percolating.
Good stuff.
Percolating like a tea kettle.
There goes Oscar.
Here he comes. Oscar, you're interrupting my stuff. But back to the show. So 3 people that I'm really excited to have here and to talk about some really interesting stuff today. So we'll go around and we'll start introducing them. The first person that I have in seat number 1, hot seat number 1. Shoosh. His name is Jonathan.
It's just John.
Oh, sorry, it's a John. Yeah, so he's just a regular John.
Yeah, it's just John.
Like legally, John.
Legally, John.
Okay, I'm sorry. I did not mean to call you outside of your name.
John. Big time
that's
Kendrick.
That's your first, middle, and last name, John.
Just kidding. My middle name is Michael.
Dude, what if his whole name was just John, dude? Like,
it's just John.
Legal name.
Like Prince. Just the symbol.
That's good. So good. Yeah. I'm really
Thank you
excited.
so much. Yeah.
I'm excited to have some good conversations with John.
Yeah.
Second seat, we have Mike Hoffe.
Hi.
Hoffe.
AKA my coffee.
AKA
Coffee's coffee.
That ain't your coffee, that's my coffee.
Ooh.
That's not our coffee, that's my coffee.
That's
boy.
my coffee.
It's my coffee, boy.
Plenty of coffee to go around.
Or Mike Huffy. We'll call him Huffy a couple times today too, but very excited to have you on the show, my friend.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely. And then last but not least, we have Megan Dernis. Darn it.
Hi.
Megan's here with us in the house. The second female that we've had on the show.
The second, right? Tara and now Megan.
Tara and Megan just
correct.
Representing for women in the recovery lifestyle.
Both are slaying it too.
So good. Just
Thank
killing
you.
stuff, murdering. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
God, I don't know what to talk about today.
So
Just kidding, dude. I got so much stuff I want to talk about.
we're looking at it.
It's all right here. It's all right here. This is one question I like to ask everybody when we start a show is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how weird do you guys want to get?
12.
All right, that was quick. No hesitation. John's like, I'm getting weird, dude. No matter what, it's gonna get wild in here. All right. What about you? What about you, coffee?
Between 6 and 9.
Oh, shit, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Weird.
That was, dude, clever, man.
Born weird.
You got a
noodle.
what do you call that?
Cranium.
You got a cranium, dude.
He's witty.
You got a cranium. Witty. That's the word that I was thinking. You got a witty mind, dude. That's nice. I like that. Megan,
I like weird.
you like weird
Yeah.
too? Just wherever it goes.
Yeah.
We're going there.
Yeah.
That sounded real serious too, though.
Yeah.
Like we were all joking about being weird, and you were like, "I like it."
Dead serious. She's like, if it's not weird, I'm leaving.
Right?
Yeah. Pretty much. I'm out of here.
Fuck you guys. Don't like you anymore. Don't ever call me again. Let's get the serious stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
We have this podcast. We have to be like semi-serious. We can't just get on the show and like talk shit and be funny and talk about weird things. We have to talk about something that's actually beneficial for people, listeners or watchers out there watching it. watchers, the viewers. They're called viewers. About something. So Full Belly Podcast, we call it because of the connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 brains.
3.
Uno, dos, tres.
Yep. Brain, heart, and belly.
Brain, heart, and belly.
The gut.
Full Belly Podcast is what we call it. And the belly for us is everything. It's not just this belly. It's this belly and it's this belly. So what makes you full? That's the question. And I'm going to go around. We'll start with you, John.
Okay.
I want to talk about what makes this belly full. How do you sharpen this tool up here? How do you, in life, in recovery, in whatever it is, anything, I don't care what it is, but how do you challenge yourself? How do you get better? How do you get smarter? How do you grow up here?
So for me, I try to face my fears head on. I appreciate a good challenge or obstacle to overcome. I know in the past I was a runner, man, and I didn't want to,
Like you ran from your problems
all the time. I didn't want to face them. I didn't want to deal with them. I had a very hard time expressing my feelings and my emotions. If something scared me, like something like this would terrify me.
Sure.
Trying something new, I wouldn't do it. Once I really started to get healthy and heal and get more confident in myself and be more comfortable with who I am, I started to challenge myself and really push the boundaries on what I thought I couldn't do and things that I can do. So that's something that I'm really big on, getting uncomfortable.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's not easy to do.
No,
It's really not
but it
easy
gets
to do.
easier over time.
It's
It's like more things that I try. I'm like, oh man, even if I suck at it, if I'm not good at it, it's like, you know what? I did that.
You did it.
I did it.
No matter what.
No matter what you thought, I fucking did that.
Yeah. And you regret it. If you didn't do that,
Yeah.
beat yourself up in 10 years, 2 years, whatever, when you're
Yes.
on your deathbed. That's my, I don't want to have any regrets like that.
Yeah.
So
I won't.
I can,
Yeah.
I love that. I won't. I feel
Yeah.
that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Good stuff, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Megan, we'll jump to you.
Okay.
We're going to jump to Meg.
Can you ask me the question again?
Megan Dernis. We're going to talk about this heart here.
Mhm.
What makes this heart full for you? How do you, I know that you do a lot of stuff. We'll talk about that. We'll get into is my mic working? We'll get into your life a little bit personally. But give us a little snapshot of what do you do to fill up inside? Because a lot of what we do is filling up other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you make sure that you're good here?
For me, I read a lot. I like to fill my mind with knowledge, learn new things. Meditation is huge for me.
How do you meditate?
I do it every morning and then before I go to bed, but I usually do like guided meditations. But I'm like very spiritual. I'm very, my mind is open to learning new things. So I like to just keep myself busy by learning new things.
For sure.
Yeah. So, and then helping people, obviously, but that's
a form of meditation in itself.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
you said the word spiritual once, slapped my leg.
I did too.
You slapped my leg.
We'll be driving and I'll be like, man, dude, this day is like coming down on me. And she's like, it's okay. And I'm like, you're right.
Ground.
It's okay.
Go walk barefoot. Hug a
Dude.
tree.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
That song.
It's
okay.
okay. Oh my God.
You see, it just clicked, dude. You were acting like you knew what I was talking about.
the other day.
We cried from
The texting, we're like, I'm crying too. I'm crying too.
bro.
We're both crying. It's okay though. Right.
It's okay.
Can't wait to get happy, bro.
You can't wait till life isn't
Slap my
hard
leg.
to be happy.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one I'm talking about. Nightbird.
I know.
Nightbird. She's so great. Were you there when it was all
No,
happening?
no, but
You were just
I
watching
watched
Juan
it.
cry.
No, I watched
Juan
the
slaps
video.
Me and goes, ugh. Grunted. So great. All right, good stuff. I love it. Coffee.
Yes.
Coffee's coffee. What do you do to fill up here, dude? Right in this here and other regions, right here. What do you do, man? What's your favorite food? What do you smash? Your last meal, a perfect feast. Like, what is it to you? What do you just?
Yesterday I ate a can of beans out of the can.
That's it for you?
No, really. I need to
Straight
go
out of the can.
I need to go
dude.
grocery shopping really bad. Well, I tried the vegan thing for a while, right? It was going well. I like seafood a lot though, so that was honestly kind of hard, like the meat and stuff, and definitely the dairy. I still have dairy cut out. Last year or so, I've been eating, you know, fish and stuff and shrimp, whatever. But cutting the dairy out was like kind of big for me. So like I do like almond milk, you know, different things. I found like a yogurt that is almond milk based, whatever. But I just feel like a lot cleaner. I do like a lot of smoothies. I love my smoothies, man.
From where?
So last
I
meal
make
is
them.
a
You make your own
smoothie?
smoothies?
Yeah, that's usually my lunch, pretty much.
So now it's Hoffy's Coffees and Smoothie Shop.
Yeah,
Why don't you look into the camera and give us a nice 10-second infomercial about Hoffy's Coffees and Smoothies?
Welcome to Hoffy's Coffee and Smoothies, where we serve you the freshest and finest ingredients from Chilino's Produce Market.
What's your phone number?
I'm not going to say my phone number.
No, to Coffees.
1-800-THE-HOFF. Is that 7?
Yeah, dude, it is. That's good.
That's wow. All right.
The Hoff. You thought about this before.
Yeah, I just need an investment. You know.
He's like, whoever's out there listening,
Yeah.
hit me up.
Investors out there.
50-50 partners.
The
Right,
Hoff.
Yeah.
That's good, bro.
Tattoos in the back.
That's good.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
website,
Tattoos.
thehoff.com.
Yeah, it'll work.
Check that out and see if it exists.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Last meal. If you were going to die tomorrow and you could have one last meal, what would it be?
I love crab legs, man. Crab legs. Yeah.
Choice salad.
Good crab legs.
Is there a specific place? Local or is it it's the best crab legs you've ever had in your life?
When I was a kid, a family friend like had given us like they were frozen, man. Like, but they were just like top.
It was just
they were
one of those things you
just
remember?
amazing. Oh yeah,
It just smacked at the time, huh?
Yes, yeah, and it was just an absurd amount. Like we had like this giant dinner table, and there was 4 of us, you know, growing up, and my parents obviously, and the whole like table was just crab legs, just sprawled out on the table.
Crab legs.
No side dishes, just
all crab.
a bunch of crab legs.
You got like mercury poisoning. Just, just ate so like,
Goes blind.
Like they came in Narcan, you guys. Like, wait, no, it's not what it looks like, guys.
His mom wakes
Just
him up the
crabs.
next day and he's blind. Can't see.
He's still blind out of that left eye.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's too good. Good stuff, man. I love it. All right. What about you, dude? What is
What? What?
Yo, what is your favorite meal of the day? I feel like we've talked
Dude,
about
we
this.
talked about it.
I know, but I want to talk about it again. I forgot.
Okay, fine. Favorite meal of the day would have to be dinner. Dinner. It's dinner. I have a hard time eating. I wake up and it's just go already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's dinner. Whatever. Dude, dinner could be freaking ho-hos. I don't know. I'm just so hungry by dinner that's my favorite meal.
I see
I'm
myself.
starving.
Yeah, I do that a lot too. I just go.
Mm-hmm.
And then at like 7:00 at night, eat so much food.
Yeah.
Whatever's there.
Yeah.
And I get so hungry. You guys ever get like truly hangry? Like I know people say that shit all the time, like
all the
hangry, whatever, but like
It's a
it
real
is
thing.
so real, dude.
Yeah.
Like you don't eat and shit gets bad.
It really
It
does.
gets like I become a dick, dude.
Yeah.
Like nobody likes me. My family doesn't like me. I don't eat, dude. Monica will like send me text messages, be like, remember to eat today. 'Cause I ain't doing that shit again. Ain't doing last night all over again.
Yeah, bro. Meg reminds me to eat because I get hangry.
We all need those reminders, dude.
Yeah. For
He needs a lot of them.
Is dinner part of like that like wind down relaxation time for you? It kind of that's what it sounds like. You know,
Yeah.
going, and then
Yeah.
you've got that.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Woosah time. Kind of.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's still.
Rushing.
Sometimes I'm working while I'm eating.
Yep.
Okay.
More times than not.
Sometimes dinner is a meeting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it's nice when it's the wind down.
It
That's
really
what it's
is.
supposed to be.
Right.
That's what I'd like it to be. Like dinner. Did you guys all go skydiving?
Yes.
Every one of you.
I did not.
He didn't.
Why?
He chickened out, bro.
Why?
He was working on his coffee shop, dude. He was looking for locations. But everybody else went skydiving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that.
One day I will.
Tell us about skydiving. I mean, I don't need to hear from you. You love the shit. You talked
Yeah.
about it last time. You would skydive every day if you could.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone skydiving before?
No, it was my first time. I wasn't scared or anything until I was in the plane. The whole week I was like, man, this is like, I was excited. It's just going to be fun. And then we get in this like little plane and it takes off and she doesn't close the door. And I'm like, you're not going to close that door. Like, no, and the thing's like shaking. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And I didn't realize how fast a plane is fast.
Yeah.
I'm looking out this open door and I was like, man. And immediately for my mind goes to like, what the fuck would happen if I fell out? If I fell out. But I got, God, what was his name? That was strapped to my back.
Craig.
Young kid. No, he had a cool name, dude. The
Ernesto.
Australian kid. It was so cool.
Sven or something.
I don't know. No.
Carl.
No.
Carl.
Let's call him Carl.
He was
Call him
Carl.
Carl.
It's Carl.
Yeah, Carl was strapped to my back.
Yeah.
And then we're up in the air and I'm in a short sleeve t-shirt. I didn't wear the cool outfit like everyone else. I was too cool for that. But I regret it. It was freezing.
Because it's cold up there, huh?
Freezing.
So cold.
So cold.
Dude, it's sick.
I was shivering. I was cold.
Yeah.
No, we jumped out. That was the scariest part. Like just the taking off up in the air, jumping. After that, I was like, okay. Carl's got me.
Yeah. Carl's always got you, bro.
Carl's got me, dude.
Every time.
Carl's
Yeah.
got me.
It was such an adrenaline rush. It was.
You enjoyed it?
Yes.
You do it again?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So much fun.
Matt would too.
Yeah.
I heard that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were you at, Matthew?
I was on my honeymoon. I was on not my honeymoon, my bachelor party. My bachelor party. I was on my bachelor party.
Your honeymoon, you'll be in Frankfurt, Michigan.
Yeah, I'm actually skipping my honeymoon to go watch you at an Ironman in Frankfurt, Michigan. Yeah, the shores.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah. We're going to have a great time.
Where the sun rises in the east. I just made that up, dude. I don't know. It just sounds right, dude. Yeah. I can see like a postcard from Frankfurt, Michigan. Like that's all they got, dude. They got nothing else, dude. The sun rises in the east.
It's just a Joe's Crab Shack on the beach and a trap house and an Ironman event, apparently.
Shitting on Frankfurt.
We don't even know. It's probably a beautiful place. I've done no research.
It's called Frank. What a great name. Frankfurt.
If you're from Frankfurt, I'm so sorry. I'm sure it's a nice place.
Is it Frankfurt or
Fort? Frankfurt.
Oh, it's F-O-R-T?
F-O-R-t.
F-E-R-t.
Don't quote me.
F-A-R-T.
Frankfurt.
Farting Franks.
We're losing viewers right now.
Yeah. They're like, what the fuck is this?
Escape.
So how was skydiving?
It was so much fun.
Megan, did you enjoy it?
I did. It was empowering.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm scared of heights. So I was scared in the plane. I kept thinking like, oh, this plane could crash right now. You know, it was really weird. But once I jumped, I was still scared. I'm not even gonna lie. I was still scared. Like then he pulls the chute, you know, and you go way back up in the air. And then he loosens you. Like nobody prepared me for them loosening me. And so I thought I was going to fall. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to die. I'm going to fall. And he's like, no, you're good.
He's like, ha.
I was still, it was awesome. It was great. It was an adrenaline rush. It was like nothing I've ever done before. Yeah. But at the same time, I was still scared till I hit the ground. Like at any point I could fall out of this thing. That's what I'm thinking.
Even when
the
you're
whole
50
way
feet
down
from the ground, it's still
scary. Yeah.
The landing is scary.
Yeah.
For me.
Once I hit the ground, I was like, yes, I'm alive. That was great.
I envy you guys for real. Like there's a part of me that envies that you had a good experience.
Yeah.
You've never done it, Matt?
No, I've done it, and it was the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
It was one of the best experiences I ever had watching him do it.
Tube man. Not Carl. Tube man.
That was his name?
Tube man.
Dude's name.
That was it.
That's not exotic.
Tube
that's
man.
made up, dude. That's a cartoon character. Tube Man? That's like a fake superhero.
He was such a sweet man.
I'm Tube Man.
He was.
I thought it was going to be like Enrique or something.
Yeah, just TB.
Tube Man.
TB patch. He was. Yeah, he was legit.
He had an Aussie accent.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Oi, Tube Man.
No, but it was like a soothing Aussie accent. Rise up, blind. We're gonna be okay. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna be okay.
His voice just sold me, dude.
Man.
Everything's all right now. That's what else would have said. I should. That was him.
Yeah, you needed.
Oh, he didn't soothe me. Oh.
They all had cool names. Like there wasn't one like Sky Papa or something or Sky Lord.
Yeah, there's a Lord. There's somebody.
Yeah. Lord Father. Was
Lord
mine.
Father.
Yeah.
Lord.
Mine was Dom.
That's like it's like Lord Father. That's
Lord
just
Father.
That's extra supreme.
It was his legal name. It was too.
No.
Sean Moriarty was his name, but it's Lord Father.
He changed his name
Sean,
legally.
Tell him.
He changed it for real?
Legally. Yes. Yes.
God, good for him.
It's like part of the job description to
Yeah.
do that. It's
Yeah.
like a name like that.
What a show off.
I like them.
Dom told me it was his second jump, and I said, "What?"
Who's second jump?
My guy, Dom.
Was he joking?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
hmm
Yeah, first time for everything.
He said he does them in Spain
Mm.
also.
Yeah, no, not for
Pretty
me.
interesting.
Not again. Not again.
You did it though. You did it.
If I was
I
going to
did it. I'm
die,
glad that I said that I did it.
Yeah.
But it was terrible.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that, dude. It was, for me, there was not one good thing about it. Like I feel I'm having a reaction in my stomach right now.
I can see that.
Like talking about it. It was that bad for me. Like, I don't know. It just was really, really
if
bad.
it came down to me dying,
I wouldn't do it. See ya. I'll fucking send flowers to your funeral, dude.
I can't wait
I'm
to
sorry.
steal your mugs later, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just
there's
kidding.
the mugs.
Listen, if it was up to you living or dying, I would do it. But
You love me.
I love you. I couldn't let you die over that.
That's so sweet.
I'm sure he'd bargain.
Oh God, I love you.
All right. God, skydiving. We got to change the subject here. So we're all in this room together today, really because of Juan.
Yes.
I feel like I can say that that's a pretty fair statement, right?
Juan.
If it weren't
Yeah.
for Juan, if it
Yeah.
weren't for Juan, I don't think that a lot of things would have happened, and we would have possibly met each other. And I mean, I've met you guys and seen you guys. We all know of each other
Sure.
in one way or another, but to get to that point where we're sharing the same space and wanting to like develop a relationship and forge that relationship. Juan has a big heart,
Huge.
probably the biggest heart. I really would be interested to see, like, when you die, how big your heart is. Like, is it, remember that was it Secretariat, the horse that had like an
The enlarged heart.
the enlarged
Yeah,
heart,
that
and
made
he
him
won
go.
all the
Yeah.
races. They're like, how
Yeah.
the fuck does this horse win every race?
That's Juan.
It's Juan. You're like Secretariat, dude.
Yeah.
So
You have like an enlarged heart that just loves more than other people ever could.
He's a beautiful.
That's a real story.
A beautiful,
Secretariat had
a
an
beautiful
extra
human
large heart.
being.
I feel so
That's
good.
Yeah.
So when they died and they
Yeah.
cut like did his autopsy or whatever, his heart was like this big. They're like, no wonder he's fucking running miles without getting tired.
Just juiced heart.
That's why
That's Juan.
he's got an asterisk next to his name now because of the enlarged heart.
Oh.
But for there's Oscar. Can you get Oscar? Is he on the camera? Sweet dude. Oscar, say hello. He's just showing you that ass.
Yeah, that
Look at
booty.
his ass.
That's that booty.
It's starting to
Yeah.
get weird.
Like a land lobster. looking like a land lobster.
has all the meat in the tail.
Carrying all his meat in the tail, boy.
Oh, you a whole land lobster?
A whole ass land lobster.
What?
So Juan, I think it's, again, Juan is just very neutral when it comes to like the recovery community. I
Yes.
don't care what program you're at, what facility you're at, how long you've been clean or sober, if you call it clean or sober, 12 steps or not 12 steps, whatever you're recovering from, however you are recovering, if that's total abstinence or whatever. Just putting that sort of stuff before ego and pride and some of those things that can then truly kill us. The three of you recently made a change in your lives, and I kind of want to talk about that. And you can talk about it as much as you want to without going into details, and certainly don't want to get negative here. But how important is that change, like in your journey, to learn something and find out like what truly is important to maintain this long term? Because I can relate to it, and I think there's a lot of other people that can relate to it or that will relate to it, and not just about a specific program, about any program or about any phase of their recovery, and what worked for them for the first whatever many months changes, or maybe it goes away and then they have to find something else. So whoever wants to dive in with that.
It goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning of this segment, as far as, facing challenges or facing obstacles, getting uncomfortable and changing. So I come from a program that I was very familiar and comfortable with. And my whole thing was always being open-minded, and I wanted unity, man. I wanted to bring everyone. I don't care how you're getting clean, what you're doing. Like, I want you to get there. Just get there. I don't care how you get there. Just get there. And that, unfortunately, that wasn't the case over there. So making a change and doing what was right for me, what my heart told me to do, that was tough, man. It was one of the toughest things I've ever had to do because of personal relationships I had there.
Sure.
I felt like my loyalties lied there.
Absolutely.
And I had so much invested there, but ultimately I had to go with my heart. And early on in, this recovery, I think last year, someone told me to always go with your gut. I know that sounds so cliche, but that's something I've lived by. It's like, man, when you got that feeling, you're right. You know it. Don't try to overthink it. Don't try to talk yourself out of it. Like, go with your gut, dude. And that's what I did. And a big part of that is because of Juan.
Yeah.
He's literally probably the most open-minded, genuine, authentic person I've ever met in my life. Ever.
Ever. It's hard to argue with that statement. Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that, especially like early on, if we find something that's helping us, working for us, making our lives better, and we stick with that and stay up into a point where something has to change, it makes it very difficult to leave whatever that is, because we identify ourselves with, you know what I mean? Like finding an identity of who am I? What do I want to do in life? All that stuff. Like, that's not there when we're using.
None.
So then when we get clean and sober and some things start to get better, that emotional attachment is very, very strong with whatever it is that we happen to be around.
Right.
And it's hard to leave that.
Yes.
It is hard to leave that. So like, to actually make that jump, it's got to be something serious. It's got to be like, okay, this is either going to bring me down and take me back out, or it's going to make me so bitter and angry, or it's just not what I think is right. Yeah. It's
ultimately, that's what it came down to. What I felt in my heart was right, and what I believed in, man. And I said to myself, so I'll have 11 months in a couple weeks here.
It's fire.
Hold
on a minute. Hold on. Yeah.
Congrats, dude.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, man. That's amazing. Congratulations, dude.
But there was a series of events that happened last summer, end of the summer. I had overdosed for the first time. That had never happened. My parents found me in their driveway, dead. I had the birth of my son. And that's just a whole nother crazy thing that I'm going through, and I'm still going through. A lot of things have happened in this span of the sobriety for me, but I told myself, okay, I'm going to go into detox, and regardless of where I go, what I do, I'm going to give it 110%, man. Like, I'd never gone all in on myself in my recovery before. I'd been in and out of different treatment centers, in and out of detoxes. Like, I couldn't string together a month of sobriety. The most I think I've ever had is maybe 3 months. And I half-assed everything. Again, going back to what we talked about, I was afraid of really challenging myself. I was afraid of failure. And this time I did everything different, man. I put so much into it, into my recovery, into myself, man.
I saw that too.
So much.
You saw that in
John. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So, and thank you for that. Do you think that, so when that happens, right? Because we all come to like points in recovery, in life, whatever it is, where we can go this way or we can go this way. I mean, it's simple. We can either do this and stay in this not perfect state, or possibly a very bad state and get worse, or we can go this way and take that chance, make that jump, make that leap of faith, right? Like, we can try that. Has this been like the first time for you guys making like a big change? And like, what does that do for your just whole thought process and perception of life? Like, was it a confidence booster for you? Like, yo, I overcame, like, this was hard. It was a hard decision to make. Like, I identified there. It was somewhere where I was very comfortable. It hurt. It sucked. I had to leave, but I got through it, and it's not as bad as people thought. And now the next time something bad happens in life, like, I can get through things. Does that resonate with any of you guys?
I think my situation is a little bit different as my switching over, because I actually was successfully discharged from racing, and then I started to work with Juan. But Kate was my best friend. So I'm very close with Juan already. And then when she moved, like, of course, Juan and I like hung out more and started working together. And so I was ready to transition into something different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess.
Wasn't as hard.
Right. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And it's just the right thing to do for me. I feel like I know Juan, I know where his heart is, and no matter what the situation, his heart is always at the best of everybody, not just him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
So if I was looking for a leader to follow, he would be the one. And that's an easy decision to make, especially when there's, the pull of the two different sides.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would always go with the person that's leading from their heart.
And I think it's important to like point out there that like for me, the posture is like support. You know what I mean? Like a support, no matter what somebody's decision is and what direction they move, that I'm here. Where you go, it's okay. I'm going to be here to support you however you need. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the posture of a servant. Servant leadership is something that it's extremely important to me as I'm walking through my days trying to be diplomatic, judicious, and like neutral and like wholehearted. And as we're like, for all of us, like when I think about it, it's like, John, as you're making that move, like the conversations that we're having, I'm not asking you to make any decisions. I'm just telling you, no matter what decision you do make, that I'm here for you as your friend. You know what I mean? Like, and for me, the whole thing is like, it's community and unity, and bringing people together and trying to make ways for people, because we have this path that we're on, and it's very structured for a short period of time. And for me, it's like, what do we have to catch us after we get out of that path that has all that structure, and how many things? Because one net might give out. Is there another one beneath it and another one beneath it? So just trying to draw people, whoever it might be, to help people find their tribe. And then to work on just saying, hey, I don't know, we might not link all the time, but I support you.
Sure.
And finding like-minded and like-hearted people. It's not even finding them. It's the gut thing you were talking about. For me, it's like, it just happened because I'm like, man, you guys really care and you're ready. Like for me, like I'd do this no matter what. And you guys are doing it no matter what. And for me, that's what it's about. It's like, no matter what, I don't care what happens. This is what I do with my life. Sun up to sundown, whether I'm getting paid or not getting paid. And you guys are like, yeah, that's what I do too. And what I want to do.
Frankfurt, Michigan or Key West?
Well, don't matter, bro.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
And it happened so organically, man. Like it was never pushed. It was
true.
It was like, dude, like exactly like you said, dude, I'm here for you regardless of what you do. I want you to be happy. Dude, that's what you told me. And it's like, man, no one else was saying that to me. Not from the other side. It was just like, there were never any expectations put onto me. It was just like, dude, regardless of what you choose, and I'm here for you. And it was like, man, yeah,
that's a shocker to hear that, right?
Yes.
And then, you know what? That's such
it's sad.
The fact that is a shocker is so sad, dude. Like that should be from everywhere in the recovery community. Like every angle should be like, yo, I got your back no matter what. Right. Like that's really how it should be.
You shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid of hanging out with certain people or going certain places and wondering like, man, what is that person going to think? Like, I know they don't want me doing this. Am I going to get in trouble for this? Am I going to get in trouble for this?
Am I going to have a place to stay tomorrow?
That's horrible. Man.
That's insane.
That's
because
horrible.
Listen, I mean, addiction, it's disconnection, right?
Yep.
Like that's what like addiction is. We're disconnected in every way, shape, and form from every relationship we can possibly think of. And then to try to get connected with a lot of different safety nets, like you talked about, like why would you not encourage that? It makes no sense for me. So like to hear you guys talking about this, and I started thinking like Juan is the one that's like, Juan is the one that's like, yo, I don't care. This is a all inclusive, equal opportunity love fest, man. No matter what, there's no judgment here.
He tried so hard to integrate himself over there, man. I watched it, and it was just shut down. For whatever reason, I don't know, but
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
don't take that personal. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like no matter what, like people are gonna move on into their life, and I don't care. I don't care because, like, you know what? Let me get an opportunity to be there for anybody. And that's what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what somebody else's actions are, you know what I mean? We just talked about pride. We talked about ego, things like that. You know, is my pride going to get in the way of what my calling is, what all of our callings are, which is to serve and help one another. You know what I mean? Regardless of what's happened.
Fire.
You know what I mean? And it's cool, man. It's like all of it just shapes our character. You know, we're learning what to do or what not to do. And from there, it's like, who do I want to be?
No doubt, dude. It really does. It shows you who you don't want to be. For sure. It's an ugly thing, man. And honestly, it's been going on for a long time. I don't see it changing. They'll try to change because they'll see like that it's a detriment, but they can't. It's not pure. I see people trying to mimic, and it's just not working.
Dude, I'm just out here trying to spread love and have a good time, bro.
Whatever, dude. You suck at it. You suck at it. You're terrible.
I'm going to just keep jumping out of planes. Yeah, you
should jump out of a plane without a parachute.
You know what I mean? I'm going to keep making fun of your ashy fingers. You know?
Bro, this man is in here barefoot. What do we call him?
Yeah, you can't talk about my ashy fingers, dog. You
Neanderthal, flat foot, mud toes. He's just trekking through the swamps. He crawled up the second story window and crawled in.
Yeah.
What? Why? We have stairs. There's stairs, Juan.
You put those foot prisons on me. I'm here to live.
You got flappers. You got scuba diving flappers.
These motherfuckers get like 20 miles an hour in the water.
Fucking Fred Flintstone.
That's why you like to go to the water so much.
Are those webs between your toes?
They might as well be, dude. He probably welded his toes together.
I can see him webbing in his toes. It's gonna be worth it. I'll swim so fast. Fast as fuck, boy. I'm swimming fast as fuck, boy. Holy shit. Wow, dude. You can see Juan. Oh, no. Lighting his toes on fire, dude. Coffee. Hoffish coffee.
Yes.
Tell me one fun fact about you that nobody knows.
Everybody knows everything about me. I don't know. I'm a big nerd. I don't really talk about that a lot. I like
How so?
computer game. Like grew up playing like
Techie stuff?
Yeah, I like techie stuff. Yeah.
Good software kind of guy?
Yeah, I have a gaming computer and like that I put together and build and stuff. Yeah, I'm all about that. Like I have no time whatsoever to play anything anymore. But
did you start that when you got sober, or has it always been that way?
I kind of grew up with like game systems and stuff. I had like a really mixed childhood. Like we had 6 acres of like kind of open field and like a little small farm thing that we had, and then behind all of that was just woods and like just a lot of just overgrown area. Me and my brother, he's a year older, and we were basically best friends growing up, and we would go out there a lot. But then I also had a lot of time where I'm just like, getting that next game, like, and playing a lot of games. So like that was always, I don't know, part of like my release, whatever, kind of chill out time, I guess. And yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. What about you, Johnny? Something that most people don't know about you. Fun fact.
Dual citizenship. I have dual citizenship. So
what?
My mom is originally from Turkey. So I've got family littered all across the world.
That's really cool, man.
So my dad was on a business trip and he met my mother overseas in Turkey, and here I am.
Do you have a gobble?
I wish I did, dude. I wish.
So I was actually born there. So I spent the first 6 months of my life there.
Really? You're born in Turkey.
That's how I have dual citizenship.
See the Turkish in him, bro.
I can see it now. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
That's why
you guys should have a staring contest.
I'm so excited.
Do a Turkish staring contest. Juan and John.
Contest.
It's like a
It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
You
it's like a 90s soap opera.
You submitted to my welded toes.
I only spent 6 months there, so I'm yeah.
No, it's gone. It's been gone for a long time.
Another fun fact: John has no emotional response half the time.
Yeah.
Like you're like me telling him, I'm like, John, there's this great idea, and it's like it's so good, and he's like, man,
excited.
I'm jacked about that. It's like nothing. Like I'm telling him, I'm waiting for him to give me something. He's like, give me nothing. I'm like, fuck, it's
I'm
not
giving
good.
it to you. Yeah.
You're like, damn, I guess it's really not that good.
Right.
He's not validating my story.
Look, right now, he's happy.
So happy.
Nobody knows.
I'm so happy right now.
Yeah. That's what he does.
He looked sad when he said it. He said, I'm so happy right now.
I know. That's what I get. We do TR, like we do TR FaceTimes, you know, at night, and we'll like check in over everything. And I'll be like, yo, this is happening. I talked, we did this, that's happening. And John's just on the phone like,
Huh.
and they're like, yo, yeah. And I'm like, right. And I look at John, I'm like, what the fuck, John?
I'm hyped.
Hell, man, are you listening?
I'm excited. He's getting it. He's learning.
I'm learning. Yeah. I know when he'll like his nostrils.
Yeah.
It's a nostril thing.
They move a little bit.
Oh, that's how he speaks. That's his love language.
When he gets excited, he holds his breath and he goes,
His nostrils flare out.
Yeah.
and then you know.
It's so great to like learn shit like that about your friends.
Yeah, he felt offended when we talked about it the other day. It was great.
Don't you guys have like portraits together?
Oh, my.
We do. Shall I show it?
They are
Yeah.
wonderful.
Just portraits, dude. Just
Oops.
Ow.
what are we doing right
My
now?
big
We're gonna
ass
make some
toe.
portraits. Do you guys know any fun facts about like one another? Can you guys like do you know something about Megan? Megan, do you know something about Hoffy? Would you like to share some fun facts about one that maybe our listeners would like to know?
I can't really think of anything.
She has 2 dogs, and they're really cute. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
fun fact.
What kind of dogs?
Pits.
Woo!
A blue and a champagne.
Blue, yeah, that blue.
Mm.
That's awesome. I love blue pits.
Oh God, look at that.
That's nice, dude.
Just
That's
Josh.
really nice.
Josh, is it still there?
When's that?
I'm gonna send it over to Josh. Josh is gonna just send those to me.
Is that the back to back?
No, that's me. Right
That's the
now.
real
Yeah,
serious
I like that
dude.
one. I
That's-
like that one.
Yeah.
There's one where your hand's like on my chest and you just look so happy.
I was.
I want to see that one.
I was.
The conviction in that.
Fun fact about John.
Yeah.
Me and John had a conversation, and he has a really hard time with figuring out what his like source is.
Yes.
That was a good moment.
Yeah.
And John,
That
I
was a
like,
breakthrough.
yeah, it was a breakthrough.
That night.
Yeah, what happened, man? That was cool.
That was really when I first started to question where I was at, and I started having these feelings and these thoughts of like, what am I doing, man? And that was kind of right after I went to that TR bonfire, and I was scolded for that, like don't do that. And that's like kind of really what started this whole thing of me questioning what the fuck am I doing here? Like, this doesn't feel right. And then I came to you that night and we talked, I think, hours, dude.
Yeah, that was a good 2.5 hours.
Yeah. And that was when you were just like, man, go with your heart, dude. Go with your heart. And no matter what you do, no matter what you say, like we're good. And I support what you want to do. And it was, God was brought into it. That's something I've always struggled with, is my spirituality. And it's not something I've really truly like delved into. And I've never really thought of it like that. And so I guess it was brought up. We were talking about, he was like, you know, how when you're running these crazy miles and you're doing these things that like a lot of people don't do, man, or they stop, they get to a point and they stop. They stop because I'm tired. I'm physically tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm drained. It's like, you keep going. Like, why do you keep going? I was like, because there's that voice that's like, dude, like, keep going. Mm-hmm. And it's like, who is that voice? And I had never thought of that before, you know, and it's like, that's God, dog.
It's a very good way to think about it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Sheesh.
Some way, shape or form.
Oh,
I like that. Just keep going, man.
Yeah. And for him, dude, like that moment for me though, right? Because I think like nothing is more important to me than helping find something within somebody else to grab onto. Some people call it God, a higher power, a higher self, whatever that description is. Like nothing more important than to root somebody in like something that big, you know. In that moment when I felt it, like he was like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
it clicked.
I was like,
yeah.
And for me, it was the gut, right? The intuition. It was like, oh, it was just running from my gut because I'm trying to help him. I don't care what my beliefs are. I just want to help you find whatever works for you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That moment, I was like, I fell in love with my heart a little more at that point in time because I listened to it. You know what I mean? And that felt really good, man, to watch somebody. And
it was a special moment.
Yeah.
For me.
And in my head, I'm like,
yeah.
yo, there's going to be a moment in one of these races where you're going to be like, yo, I don't want to fucking do it no more.
Yeah.
And hopefully you hear that little thing inside you saying, yo, you got more.
Yeah.
Don't stop. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, yeah, that's real. You know, and that happened in my head. And I'm like, whatever that is, you know, that feels great, dude.
That's powerful. I love that. I love that sort of stuff, to experience a moment in somebody.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to see that often. I mean, you see things happening, but like to be present there with something like that,
Sure.
like a life-changing, like, damn, the light bulb just turned on and it's going to drastically change my life. Like big time.
Seriously.
Well, the
like
things,
a puzzle piece just got put in that I couldn't find, you know?
well, Matt, the things that you do.
Don't call me by my first name, dude.
Mr. Roy.
It's not that serious.
Mr. Roy.
It's not that serious.
Mel. Schmel.
Carl.
Carl.
Carl?
Listen, Carl.
With a K. Carl with a K.
Carl with the fucking
Monica
Q.
Monica with the Q.
Monica.
No. The Q is the
Yeah, the Q's the M though, not
pronounced Monica.
Quantica, but it's Monica.
It's a silent Q.
That sounds like an M.
You know,
That's
it's a Turkish thing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Never
dude.
mind.
No, tell me. I want to hear what you were going to say.
No, what I was going to say, Carl, Monica, was the things that you do, like, really support the things that happen out here. You know what I mean? Like, what you do makes it possible a lot of times for all this other great stuff that you don't even know. Like, me and you talked about it. Like, I don't really know what you do. You don't really know what I do, but we trust that we're doing our best. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, like, for me, like, yo, there's things, and you've seen them. You guys have seen them. These moments of impact where people are like, bow. Yo, I go home at the end of the night and I'm like, man, I had like 7 of those today.
I don't get to have those anymore.
Come on, baby.
It's been nice to be at the fire meetings.
I know.
For real.
Yeah.
And
you guys like him?
Honestly, any meeting. What if they were like, no, we don't like him? Like, no, honestly, like if he keeps coming, we're just going to stop coming.
I punched you.
No, I think it says something that you still do go to those. You're still in the trenches with us. Yeah. People like you haven't forgotten where you've came from, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude,
we're the same, man. We're all the same. And
I know something you said at the meeting kind of stuck out for me about you still needing these meetings. And that was like, oh yeah, he's human. You know what I mean? It was like, for whatever reason, it stuck out to me like, yeah, he's one of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you said it come from you, not somebody else. So
for sure. I'll tell you what, it is honestly, it's tough. It's been tough doing this in Toledo specifically. Because Toledo's like a little big town. Everybody knows everybody, especially the recovery community is like really small and we like to talk a lot. So, you know, like you have this thing where you're supposed to just like go to meetings, you're supposed to share, you're supposed to like, there's just things that you're supposed to do. And like sponsoring people is something that we're supposed to do, right? I can't sponsor anybody in Toledo. They've all been a client at Midwest. You know what I mean? Like, how the hell am I supposed to sponsor people? Now, there's ways I can do it, and I have to travel, and I have to get like sponsors from out of town and stuff like that. But it's like things like that I guess most people wouldn't think about. It's hard for me to practice the program that I've been taught to practice in Toledo because of like, you know, HIPAA and ethical laws and just principles and things like that. Like, it's tough sometimes. Wow. I can't, like, if I go out into a meeting and share the shit that I really want to share about what's going on in my life, they're like, dude, did you hear Matt Bell talking about that shit? Like, can you believe that a CEO would say that? Like, yeah, dude, I am a person. Yeah. I'm just a person in recovery. Fuck the titles, all that shit, man. Like, I need this shit too. It's tough sometimes. So, but I don't get to, I don't know. I play my part. And I'm grateful to hear you say that the things that I do behind the scenes puts the buildings and everything else and the structures in position where the magic can really happen.
It's all the same.
Yeah. We all play our part, man.
It's all the same.
Together, everyone achieves more, right?
Come on, baby.
Woo. Team. Ticka team tom tom
Toom pa get it ba.
Killed it. All right. So I just got a message on Instagram from Turkey Merc.
Oh,
I told you guys about Turkey Merc. I asked Turkey Merc if we could give him a shout out, because one of the things that I want to start doing is like some brand recognition in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Turkey Merc is, I'm going to try to get another recovery analogy in here. One of the things that I've been working on for a long time, I've had a lot of failures with it. I keep getting shot down. His shit's for sale. Those of you that don't know, Turkey Merc is like a Turkey Merc. Let's be real gentle here. This is Turkey Merc's Cranky Punisher. Okay. I tried to buy him 3 different times before I could actually buy him. This is Jawbone Jake.
Crazy.
Okay. This is Jawbone Jake. I don't drink out of these.
Yeah,
I just like collector's pieces. This is the Azure Skull.
It's my favorite.
Turkey Merc. And then this is Vile Jake. And today I just got, I forget what it was called, Immortal something. I don't have it yet, but it had the glow in the dark, like blood coming out of it. Okay. And they're collector's pieces. They're like hard to get. They'll announce when they're going to be for sale. You log on, you try to get it, and literally they're gone in seconds. So I've probably tried to buy 50 of them, and I've ended up getting 4. So I'm really excited about those things. That's all I got left. I can't do drugs anymore, so I buy mugs.
You gotta buy dumb shit you don't need.
Quit vaping. No more drugs. Just mugs.
Just mugs.
Shout out Turkey Merc, dog. No more from drugs to mugs, dog. For real. We're shouting out Turkey Merc on Instagram. Follow him. His mugs. He's just so talented at what he does. Dude, but to like talk about what you guys. There's some incredible stories. I'm gonna try to let you guys tell like a story. Whoever wants to jump in, but. Something that you've worked on hard and gotten shot down, and it's been very difficult, whether that's family or exercise or whatever it might be. And if everybody wants to talk about that a little bit too, but this is a journey. There's no finish line here. Man. And there's a lot of failures, man. Like we get down, we get knocked down, we get up again, we get knocked down. It's hard. There's still shit I'm starting to clean up from when I got clean, wreckage from 6 years ago. Some of it never goes away. Some of it's just like, we're going to keep getting shot down just for the simple fact that we're a person in recovery. Some people will just never trust us. Yeah. So tell me, does anybody have anything that the listeners can relate to with that? And
yeah, definitely. So, Juan approached me about, starting to get involved a little more. And I was like about to approach him anyway about this because, I love seeing where this is going. And a big part of what I've been to a few different treatments and stuff. And I was starting to see this pattern of people having a really hard time transitioning out of treatment. So, going through detox and residential and then, housing, PHP, IOP, stuff like that. And then there's just like this, like the bottom drops out, and you just see, people do well for maybe a couple weeks, a couple months, and then, hey, he's back in detox again, 'cause he went and used or whatever.
For sure.
So like, we talked a lot about that, and that was, I wanted to try to be somewhere that would really, nurture that and focus on that, and, kind of assert myself and my opinions and ideas. And, 'cause I feel like I have a certain quality of like noticing like that there's something missing and like trying to find that solution for it, so I started trying to do some outreach stuff recently. A client, a female had reached out, and we actually went through detox together this last time, and I saw so much effort and hope in this person, and it was just it's just such a beautiful thing to see that, especially when I'm a hardcore real drug addict when I'm using. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
It's just sad. It's just very, very, very sad. And this person was very similar, and to see like that effort just explode in somebody, and then you see them even like 2 months later, and they're just like glowing and doing well. They're putting this weight back on and stuff. It was so cool. And this person had gone back out, for a couple months, and when I saw them at that point, they reached out and wanted some help. I just like literally, I cried, like literally I could cry right now thinking about it, to see all that effort and to still go back, like that's just crushing, So this person reached out, and we were trying to get this person into detox, and it was a struggle. There was some conflicts and different things going on, and there was definitely like some health issues going on as well. So we actually just went to the hospital ER. And after about 5 days in there with no meds basically at all, just some pain stuff, surgery, all kinds of just really, it was this
Cold
person,
turkey,
man. Yeah, dude.
like John's birthplace in the winter. Shush. Cold turkey.
That's good.
Dry heaving, like coughing, like can't really breathe. I mean, it was just, dude, it was rough. And so I was just working really hard on setting up follow-up for this person after the medical clearance, and I was working with the staff there, and the caseworker there was kind of lacking a little. I felt, this person needed like a lot of help advocating, because I mean, even just mentally, this was very just out of it and refusing medication, refusing antibiotics when they were very, very, very needed, very badly. Yes. So, I like convinced this person at different moments just to simply get back on your antibiotics, at least, let's like work on maybe some anti-anxiety medication. I learned so much just from this first encounter. And so I had set up detox and residential for that. And I was on my way to go pick the person up from the hospital to go to detox. And the nurse called me and, did you pick this person up? And I said, no. She's like, well, she left. She's walked down the street. My heart just sank, and I just was like, dude. And I just knew I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get there fast enough to like find this, you know what I mean? Because you just want to go find and whatever. Yeah. So that night, this person had messaged, and I was like, I wanted to go use. I want to get into detox. I'm ready. So I made some more calls. We were looking at Arrowhead. It was just, a walk-in option, and so picked her up, took her there, go home. I live about 10 minutes away from Arrowhead, not even, probably more like 5 minutes, 10 minutes after I get home. It's like 11:30 at night. Nurse calls, this person just literally walked out, not even admitted, and again, so just tough, like, dude, again, just like, and it's late. I am exhausted at this point, because this has been like 5 days of being at the hospital a lot, and I'm missing like my own like meetings. It's not like I'm, just moving all this stuff out of the way because I want to help this person, a very special person to me. And so a couple days go by, I don't really hear much. This person's didn't even have a homeless, no phone number, had to use like Taco Bell Wi-Fi just to like message somebody for a minute or whatever, just going around random people just to try to use and stuff. And breaking my. I was just waiting for that Facebook message or that that post. Rest in peace. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For sure. Just
waiting for I kind of almost accepted that really. Which was like heartbreaking in itself too. Yeah. So anyway, end up noticing that she had messaged and said she was at UTMC again. So I'm like, okay, thank God, opportunity. Let's see if we can talk about detox again. And so I think she just kind of left, and then it was just a couple days ago. Wanted to go in again to Arrowhead. We were going to try Arrowhead again, and when I called, there was just some issues with as far as what they could taper with and what kind of basically nothing, almost nothing was going to be the answer. So she was begging to go to Midwest to detox, right? And so I had made some calls. Dart was amazing. The Dart officer that I talked to.
Shout out Dart.
Angie, thank you so much.
Dart's amazing, dude. Dart's such a great resource.
Yeah, I actually was like, hey, do you have more numbers of more officers so that I could just put them in my resources list? And when I run into these issues where like someone needs some like serious help, or there could definitely potentially be issues where like there's like violence involved, or like, just to have like somebody there that's like, okay, I'm going to make sure that this gets resolved at least in the safest manner possible, I guess. So we got a hold of Dart, and within like an hour, she helped us get her into Midwest detox. And yeah, didn't think I was gonna cry tonight, but dude, it's just such a beautiful thing. Yeah, man, it's very, very fulfilling. That there was so much like dismay in my life, and going through this stuff, just a lot of heartache, and then like the feeling that night, dude, when I was like, she's in, like I drove her there, like we got admitted, everything, dude. It was just such a beautiful thing. And, I know we're not out of the woods, anybody can just walk out of there and stuff, but,
she in there right now?
Yep. Right now. Yeah. I do H&I too, with HA, and I'll be there Thursday for detox. So I'm like, I'm coming to see you Thursday, whatever. So.
And I think that quality of what you're talking about, what he's suggesting, like for me, right, that intuitiveness, that feeling, is like, yo, homie really wants to help somebody.
Yeah.
Like, and he's going to go somewhere with that, but also like through the last 5.5 years, and like, I've caught a lot of shit, and it's been really difficult for me to find, my balance within like, where am I hurting me, neglecting my family? Where is my mental health, emotional health, like failing in all this? Over 5.5 years, like, I found myself in hospitals, you know what I mean? You've talked about it, but then like to see and be like, oh, I remember that. And I know that that's a really good quality, but hey,
for sure,
man, be careful here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to like feel that area and like to have that experience, but also to see like the raw care and effort, that he's talking about right now. I love watching that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then to see like at the end of it, like, I know you feel lonely. Yeah. I felt lonely, and we had that conversation. You feel lonely tonight, even after you did something great, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Then we went to the river. What happened at the river though, bro?
What didn't happen at the river, bro?
bro.
My toes are still like, pretty sure they're broke. I don't know. I'm walking, but yeah. It was an experience. Should I talk about that experience for just a hot second here?
Oh, quick, dude. Man. Like we went out to the river, man, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:30, something like that.
1 a.m. Friday night.
Yeah. And the current was pushing. The current was pushing, right? Unbelievable. And he's like, yo, how far out we going? I'm like, just right out there to where the current's the strongest, right? I'm like, it's not that high. And he's like, it looks pretty high. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm telling you, it's just because the rocks are right there, so it looks crazy. And like we're walking, I'm like, yo, just hold on tight. Let's go. We're brothers. You know what I mean? We're brothers. And then we get hit. Like eventually it's like, we're gone.
Dude's like chest high. It's like someone, it's like a bunch of people were just like trying to push you down.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And for me, yo, like something's so wrong with you, dude. Yo, we get out there, dude, and I'm like, yo, like there's just something visceral. I'm trying to pull something like deep in him out. You know, he wasn't thinking about his hurt at that time, were you?
Yeah, no, I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. This is about that when you're dying.
Yeah. But so I'm like, yo, I'm with it. This is what I do on Thursdays. You know what I mean? And he's like,
on Thursday,
he's like,
I go almost die every Thursday in the water.
Yo, he's downriver, dude. Like, oh.
Floating down there.
And I'm like, you're good, dude. I'll see you next Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, this is bad. And I was like, Mike, keep swimming. And he's swimming.
He's like, duh.
No,
I got you.
it got bad because he stopped. I was like, we made it.
I was exhausted.
He was like, I was giving up. I was done. I was about to give up.
He just stopped swimming. He's like, all right. He just started floating.
I was like, fuck.
Jesus, you almost killed somebody, dude. You know what, dude? One of these days, you're going to get swallowed by a whale. And I hope that it happens. I hope you get swallowed by a whale on a Thursday night when you think everything's just fucking great. This water's so great. Gulp.
In Lake Erie.
You know, and then I hope the whale shits you out instead of throwing you back.
Dude, I'd love that, bro. I'd love that.
I love that. I'd love to get shit out.
Afterwards, me and Mike were talking. I'm geeked up, laughing like, "That was great, honey." He was like, "Yeah."
Kind of like me with the skydiving. I'm throwing up on your passenger seat, and you're like, "Did you feel alive? Didn't you feel alive?" Jeez. Oh my God. Well, coffee. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
That's I think that's something we can all relate to. But it is a really, really good quality to have because so much can come out of that.
Yeah.
So much can come out of that that servant mentality.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all we did early on was like, you know, who
in my head, right? Lifeline, right?
That's what it is. I mean, that's what it is, man. Like, who cares? I'm not licensed. I'm not whatever. I have of experience. I have my own experience, and I care about people.
Yep.
And I can help somebody. Like more than you know. Like, you don't even think about how much relief you got tonight from her being there. Think about what her mom has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so much good can come out of that, and it'll come back. It'll come back, and it'll just keep coming back, and it could turn into whatever you want it to turn
And the clinicians
into.
reach out to them and us. We're not professionals. Licensed.
I feel like honestly, dude, like to some extent, we're obligated to do that sort of stuff,
dude.
Yeah,
Like, why else did we go through what we went through?
Yeah.
1,000%.
We're obligated. Like, it's our responsibility, and not to just like say that's what our life is now, but like in some facet, whether it's, you know, volunteering at a soup kitchen, or like, you know, going and speaking H&I, or like doing a mission trip once a year, or like whatever fits into your life. And it might change from, you know, early on to later, but like to give back to our kindred kind, like it's our responsibility, dude. Like, we have to. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. All right. So I'm going to go into just a little bit about you guys, because I think our listeners got to know you decently. And we've been talking for an hour and 6 minutes, so we got to sort of wrap everything up. I had some basic questions that I wanted to ask each of you. Tell me, like, 3 minutes, each of you. I want to hear your story. Where are you from? How old are you? What's your drug of choice? How many times did you go to treatment? How'd you get clean? What's life like now? 3 minutes.
Okay.
If you go over, it's okay. If you go over 3 minutes, it's okay.
So we know where I was born.
Turkey.
Yes. We moved to Cincinnati when I was 6 months old. Spent a few years there. Moved to Lexington, Kentucky. Then we moved up to Toledo when I was 10, 32. Very traumatic things happen with my biological father. Things that happened with me and my brother and my mother. And if I'm honest with myself, these are things that I've delved into in therapy. Like that's where my trauma is from, and my abandonment issues and my fear of not being accepted stems from issues with that. I'd say I started using pretty early, man, like middle school. I started smoking weed. I started drinking. And by the very beginning of high school, I was doing cocaine. I didn't think there was much of a problem until I started doing opiates. That was probably like 2009, 2010, a couple of years after I'd graduated high school. I started doing oxys, started doing opanas. And I they went away quick, and I started doing heroin.
Well, pandas weren't out there very long. Pandas were out there for like a minute.
Pandas.
Those yellow stop signs, dog.
Yeah, those are insane.
So yeah, I got into those heavy, man. Like the first time I attempted treatment was 2011 or 2012. I went to Glen Bay, which is a great place out in Rock Creek, and came back and immediately started using again. That was my life for the next, 8 years. I worked at car dealerships this whole time. So in my mind, like I was still holding down these jobs and things weren't completely unmanageable.
Yep.
And so I was like, man, like I knew that there was a big problem, like, because I was dependent on, I was a heroin addict, a functioning heroin addict. Or so I thought. I wasn't, I was miserable and my life was falling apart.
You weren't functioning.
No, I thought so. I was like, I look great. I'm looking back these pictures, like I look fucked up. Like, dude, it's not good. And my family knew, and like people around me knew. Yeah. I wasn't
tricking anybody, dude.
No one. I thought so. I wasn't.
We think we're so slick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd say 2019, very beginning of 2019 is when I seriously was like, okay, everything. I got fired from my job at BMW. I was losing the apartment that I had. Like I was holed up in a room just doing dope for like a week straight. And I was like, okay, so I just spent all my money. What the fuck am I going to do? I went to detox. Then the next year and a half was me in and out of treatment centers from 2019 to this last summer, 2020. I couldn't get it down. I could not understand how to get clean. I kept seeing people that were happy and having fun and living life. And I was like, I want that. But I didn't realize that wasn't just, I had to work for that.
Yeah.
That wasn't given to them. That's what I feel today and where I'm at now. Like that wasn't given to me. I earned that.
Yeah.
I worked for that. And it took me a long time to I thought everyone just had like a coming to Jesus moment and you woke up and it's like, I'm never going to use again.
Yeah.
Maybe some people do, but that didn't happen for me. Like I had to make that happen for myself. I had to go out and do it.
Work.
And it took me a long time to get to that point, to realize a year and a half of just in and out. And finally just to a point where it's like, okay, I need to do something different, and I need to save my own life. No one's going to do it for me.
Yeah. Work, man. It takes
so
much work. Woo. And how long you been clean and sober?
August 5th, 2020 is my sobriety date. So a little 10 and a half months. And also, I just want to say I was also successfully discharged from the last place. I wasn't a client there the last 3 months. So I was thinking of that. I was like, man, I don't want people to think they just kicked. No, I was successfully discharged.
I think that's the day that I proposed to Monica, August 5th, 2020.
Really?
It's a good day. Monica with a Q.
That's why you're spending your honeymoon
in Frankfurt. It only makes sense.
So much sense.
Yeah, she gets it.
She's gonna get it. She'll come around.
She just doesn't know. She doesn't know she gets it, but she gets it. That's amazing. 11 months. Dude. Honestly, that's just a miracle. I remember seeing you come in and out.
Yeah.
Seeing you. I saw you at a dart event. Remember that?
I did.
I saw you at a dart event. And I was just like, yo, that's the John kid. Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good. He's healthy.
Yeah.
And he's out here just doing it, just volunteering, I'm sure,
Yep.
That's awesome. Just working, man, working towards something different.
Yep.
I can see you though at a BMW dealership. You're such a BMW kind of guy, like clean cut face, like just like shooting up in the bathroom and shit, and like going through people's purses when they're coming into my cars and shit.
Man, it didn't last very long. Chrysler was okay. Volkswagen, BMW,
Chrysler.
Nope.
I can tell.
What this dude is passed out. Like, no, he does not fit in here.
This dude left a smudge on my car.
Looks like Oscar. John selling cars like Oscar.
His eyes are closing like Oscar.
Please tell me you can get Oscar.
Oh, no. I'll send you a picture of Oscar looking all high on
Look at him. He's coming to me.
And here he comes. Piss him up.
Oscar's offended.
Here, Oscar.
Well, good stuff, man. Thank you for sharing that. Megan, what about you? Where are you from? How'd you get clean? What
I was
happened?
born in Cincinnati.
Tell people Cincinnati. What, Bearcats? Is that the Cincinnati?
Skyline Chili.
Skyline. Good chili.
Yeah.
Has nothing on Ray's.
I actually am from Bryan, which is only an hour and a half from here.
Yep.
My story, I could go on. It's long, but I can sum it up.
Yeah.
I have spent my whole life living in survival mode, having trauma and energy, negative energy stuck, trapped, living from a place of like immature, emotional, just not knowing who I was or what I was capable of, and just, being stuck in that negative energy, that way of living in survival mode, if you will.
Just such a bad feeling.
Yeah.
Being stuck.
Yeah. And not knowing anything different.
Right.
When I got sober, I started to learn a lot about my emotions, how to process feelings. I read a lot. And I think that's where everything that has changed for me has come from, just knowledge, filling my head with knowledge. And like, I have realized now that I am the creator of my reality. I am in charge of what happens to me, and I can do anything. I can be anything that I want to be. And it's not that far-fetched. Like, before I could never see that. And now I'm going places, and I'm taking everybody that I can with me with what I know.
Hell yeah.
And that's what I'm here for, just to show people, like, that inner child that's in you is just waiting, wanting to come out. And if I can help somebody see that, see their potential, get them to believe in themselves and know that they're not just, an addict, and they're not going to have to live like this for the rest of their life, then that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm here for.
God.
Fire.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Beautiful. Yes.
So good. Really good.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a powerful. You just crushed a home run in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That was a grand slam, Barry Bonds.
That was from the heart.
That was really good.
I'm so glad I
And
didn't
you
have to
know
go
what?
after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
All right. Let's wrap it
No
up.
pressure, Mike.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Next week on Full Belly Podcast. Oh my God. That was really good, man. Seriously. I love that.
Ugh.
You know what? I love that because it's always the homies.
Yeah,
You know
bro.
what I mean? Like, that's life. That's what it should, I feel like, not it should be, but a lot of, I don't know. You get into a relationship, you're not going and hanging out with a bunch of girls. You're around the guys more than you are with the girls. And it's just really cool to hear that coming from women, because I don't hear that
So
enough.
powerful.
I don't hear that enough, and we all know a bunch of really, really powerful women in recovery. But you go to a meeting with 100 people and 85 of them are men,
Yeah.
and 15 it's just the numbers. It is what it is. And that sucks, because those women that are coming in don't have as many women to reach out to. So to hear that kind of stuff, man, I just love it. I love it so much.
And that's what she's pouring out over people.
She's pouring that shit all over the place. Squirting like mustard. Just squirting that shit all over the place. I love it.
Just making it rain out there.
We do have some amazing women in recovery, and Megan being one of them.
Mhm.
Abby Stone,
Abby,
Tara
shout out Abby.
Reinhart,
Tara,
those two,
Shout-outs, yeah.
amazing.
Mhm. God,
They hold a lot of things together, man. So,
they really do. Good peeps.
yeah.
Good people. My coffee.
Mm-hmm.
My coffee. First of all, you have a really good radio voice.
Oh, thank
Doesn't
you.
he?
Thank
Like,
you very
I'm
much.
listening to you, and it's like, God, dude, that's like you
Good.
could introduce like smooth jazz 97.9.
Yeah.
Do it.
You know what I mean? You could do it.
Do it.
Wow. Now you
What
got
was
me
your
like on the
number?
spot.
Serenade.
All right, guys.
Serenade.
Tonight, thank you for joining us. We're gonna hit you with 9 tracks from Mark Charlo. I hope you guys are ready for this. We got a really special night planned for you tonight. Join us. Thanks.
Marcello, is that a real
No,
person?
I'm not.
You made that up?
I made it up, yeah.
That was such a believable
Sounded like a jazz name. Like
Mark Charlo plays the saxophone. 100%.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That was solid.
Yeah, good.
And he said 9 tracks.
9 tracks.
Yeah, I was gonna go with 10, and then I toned
With
it down.
commercials,
I
4
toned
minutes
it
a
down.
track. That's about an hour, dude.
That's it.
That's about an hour.
Yeah, maybe that's my calling.
Fuck, dude.
Juan,
He's over here cussing at himself.
Man,
I quit.
I'm just thinking about Mark Charlo on a fucking flute right now with a sax.
A flute and a sax.
Fucking Yanni or something.
Yeah.
Did he have a mullet?
Yanni?
No.
He had great hair. I know that.
He had a mullet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Ready for the story?
Your story, dude.
Well, I'm an alien from outer space. I arrived last year. Long flight. Okay, really.
Europa.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Hold on. Oh,
There
hold
it is.
on. There you go.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so I was a psychopath, dude. Growing up, I was as I mentioned earlier, there was 4 of us. I was a middle child, older brother, 2 younger sisters. Parents were amazing. Shout out to my parents, man. They just are awesome people. We had it pretty easy, man. My dad worked really hard, dude. You know, I almost never remember him like taking a day off. You know, he works at GM Powertrain. He's about to retire this year. Yeah. So good job, Dad. Thanks for putting food on the table. Joe.
Shout out Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Actually, it's Eduardo, but he goes by Joe.
So, yeah, it's short.
Yeah.
Short for Eduardo.
Yeah, my dad's side's all from Spain. My grandma moved here with my grandpa. They met while he was out serving in the service, and I think my dad was like 2, just over 2 when they moved here. So, high five for international
Families.
families. Yeah,
Family.
Diversity.
So, yep, childhood was great, man. Around probably 12, 13, I started like really acting out a lot. We like tried a lot of different school things. Like I moved, dude.
You were a badass.
The amount of it's horrific, just absolutely horrific.
You were like a baby child.
Yeah, well,
Baby kid.
yeah.
Like I don't want you hanging out with my son, dude.
Yeah.
That fucking kid, his family, dude. There's just something going on over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was something wrong, very wrong in the neighborhood there. So my parents did not know what to do with me. I wasn't even doing drugs at this point, dude.
What are you doing?
Dead sober.
Killing animals and shit?
Just being a little shit, man. Just like so defiant. Like I didn't want to
on people's doorsteps and just like cussing and
sneaking out at night, running around, you know, just break. My thing was, I love to break into cars, right? Like I would just walk down, like we were out in the country. So like I would just, statute of limitations is how many years? So, okay, so we're good.
Yep.
Allegedly.
This is all to a bunch of felonies right now. So yeah, you know, just a bunch of dumb stuff as a kid, man. We would just me and my brother was getting a little bit of trouble, but it was definitely mostly me provoking it, you know, all the ideas, the mastermind, I guess. So my parents actually finally decided to send me to they were called WASP, W-A-S-P. I don't remember what it stands for. They're schools. They're littered throughout the country. There's even some out of the country. I actually went to one in Mexico.
Wish you would have said Turkey.
Yeah, well, not Turkey. Yeah, they have one in Jamaica as well. So, 13 years old, I wake up and there's 2 strangers in my room, and they're like, "Hey, you're coming with us. Get in the car. Get on the plane. Go, dude. We're going to Mexico." I'm 13. Barely ever left Ohio, you know, and I'm going to Mexico. You know, it's just I was terrified. I thought it was a dream for like 2 weeks. I remember that. It was almost like a dream state for a few weeks. It was wild. But literally like they didn't know what to do, man, because I was just so defiant. I didn't want to listen. They would tell me to go to my room and I'd stand 1 foot out, you know, and just I was that kid, right?
Sticking his toe over the line.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that kid.
Can I in here?
My poor parents, man. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. I know they're gonna watch this. So
yeah, you listened to Limp Bizkit too, didn't you?
Oh yeah. It was Sublime. Okay, Papa Roach.
Take my life into pieces. This is my
my last resort. Black t-shirts and eyeliner. No. One of the scene kids. No, not
You were just one of those badass
just
kids.
a bad kid, dude. They just did not know what to do. I look back and I just feel so bad because what do you do? Like you can't just go around. You can't beat your kid. I mean, what do you do? What do you really do? Because you know, once someone's like 18, it's like, okay, I'll just call the cops, they go to jail, whatever, consequences. But obviously there's juvie, but like I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so I come back. I was there for about 7 months and they transferred me to one of the New York schools, and it was just astronomically expensive, right? So they were just running out of money. They didn't have money like that to be spending on the school. It was horribly expensive. So they pulled me out. And I changed a lot. I was like a lot more appreciative of my parents for sure, man. And just like, I remember that moment. I can literally picture in my mind because I had no phone calls. I did not see them for like 8 months, man. Just a couple letters here and there. So when I did see them, when they came to pick me up, dude, I didn't even almost recognize it. It was wild, man. It was just a wild experience. So I get home and I'm back into school and stuff. And I had switched schools a lot. We moved a couple times too. And so I probably wasn't, I think between probably like 4th grade and I dropped out in like 10th grade. Like I was just done with school, but probably like 9 different schools. It was a lot, dude. Wow. It was a lot, man. So like I never really had that best friend growing up. I never really had that like person that I saw it in everybody else. Everybody else had that, you know, that core friend group or whatever. Yeah. And I just couldn't bounce into that and segue into Mike starting to find how he can segue himself into these situations, which is tipping them back. Smoking weed was a big thing, you know, like John mentioned. So that kind of started things off for me. I was probably about 16, like freshman, high school, whatever. You know, the different drugs started following suit pretty quickly. Cocaine was probably that next thing that I tried. And so like about 17 years old, I moved out. Me and a friend, two buddies got an apartment, right? Like none of us had jobs. I think my one buddy worked for a few months to save up some money. We got an apartment, you know, selling weed, selling drugs, just barely getting by, doing a lot of drugs. That lasted probably 8 or 9 months. And finally I met this person that showed me how to IV cocaine. Okay. Totally different drug, totally different experience. The euphoria, I mean, everything was just amplified of just times 1,000, you know? And I was like, that's it. That's my thing. That's the one right there. I keep everything else. You guys do all the pills and the MDMA, you know, heroin, whatever. And so
that was your shit, huh?
That was it, man. IV cocaine. Yep. So 18 to like 20, 21. You
know where that person's at now, by the way?
I don't know. That person did a lot of, I was 18. This guy was like 34 or something. Gotcha. Right. So, I have no idea. I haven't seen him for a long time. So I caught a felony. I hate when people say that. I committed
fishing in the morning.
I committed a felony. It's true.
I got it.
Real one in. It's actually a horribly embarrassing story. I will tell it because I feel like I need to like get that out there and just be okay with who I was, you know, and because who I am now is just so far from that. We were getting high, a couple of my friends, I was doing my IV stuff and I did not want to come down. As if you've ever, you know, done drugs, coming down sucks. So, we were like 18, you know, we had no real way of like getting money very well. So, we thought to like steal a purse or like go for like a wall, whatever. So we went to a few different Krogers and like, we were all trying to debate on who was going to do it. You know, finally I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'll go grab someone's purse, whatever. And like, we'll go get high. This will be great. Great night. This is going to work out so well. So I see this lady walking out of Kroger and, I kind of jog up, kind of try to be quiet behind her. And I go for this purse, man. And this lady has like a death grip on this thing, right? Like, fighting, like I didn't even get the purse, dude. Like it was so embarrassing. The skinny little white kid with pants falling down trying to, oh my God, dude. And okay, like before I did this, I walked in through the Kroger and walked back out. There was a cop in the double doors. Oh my God. And I was fully aware of this, right? So I was probably like 40 feet from this cop, you know, doing this. And I think part of it was almost like a kind of a cry for help. Because at that point I was just, it was so directionless. I was just, any chance I could get, I was just doing this, bop, bop, over and over. And it was just, I don't know, maybe it was kind of a cry for help, whatever. So cop sees me going for this purse, it's yelling and stuff, coming out. I run. I go, there's a McDonald's right there at the end of this parking lot. I go through the McDonald's doors. Everyone's just like looking at me like I'm crazy, right? I go through the outside of the other doors. I'm going to try to go across the street. Cop just whips it around, comes out gun drawn, like get on the ground. I'm going to shoot, So I'm just like, okay, I'm scared. Went to jail. They walked me through the Kroger first though, cuffed up and stuff. Everyone's just staring at me. I can remember all of this shot for sure. It's like very vivid.
Shit,
just brutal, dude.
Kroger with cuffs on, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You walked through
Got
Kroger,
real.
man.
I'm still banned from that Kroger to this day.
Limp Bizkit didn't talk about that one.
Yeah, man. You left that one out, dude.
That's not how I pictured all this happening.
That was
I
not.
know. I thought you were gonna there was gonna be blood involved and like a high speed car chase. You got caught in a grocery store, bro.
Dude. Yeah, that was my life. Tall, I was like 6'1", tall, skinny white kid, dude. Just so embarrassing.
With Lee pipes on.
Yeah, bro. Just. All right, and cut.
The Lee pipes into the studded belt. The studded belt with white pieces.
Pair of Etnies on.
Etnies, dude. Etnies. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
You got a pair of Etnies
I'm sorry, dude. It's not
Oh, it's
funny.
good. It's
This
good.
is so great.
This is great.
funny.
I can laugh at this stuff now, man. I can.
Lee pipes from Sears.
My face is turning around.
Sears.
Frayed bottoms because he cut them.
All right, can we cut their microphones off? Cut that shit.
A few holes in there. All of his kickflips.
Megan, help me right now. What the fuck? I'm out of here. What's the store?
Sweatbands,
remember?
Spiked mohawk, dude. Just walking
All right.
through Kroger's with sweatbands all over. Cuff, bro. Yeah, his wallet had the chain. The chain that hooked up to the belt buckle.
Oh, dude.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
Has it been 3 minutes?
You literally walked us there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's been 13, I think.
I said it was embarrassing. You just made it like 10 times worse.
Way over now.
Yeah.
It's even funnier. Like that person that we just painted the picture for, trying to grab a purse from the side. She won't let it go. He's like, all right, fine.
Angsty.
Just keep it. I don't even want it anymore. Going to jail anyway.
How long? So how long between you walking through Kroger's did it take for you like getting arrested to when you found yourself getting better?
Dude, there was so much that also, because I was literally 18 years old and I'm like 33 now. So so much has transpired since then.
Right.
I had Judge Franks, right?
Ruth Ann?
Oh yeah.
Ruthless Ruth Ann?
Ruthless Ruth Ann Franks, dude. I went through CTF, and that was when I was downtown. Oh, it was brutal. Didn't go outside for like 4 months, just 4 months straight in there. After like doing almost a month in county, I think. And
What program is that there?
Thinking for a change.
It's still thinking for a change because I was there like 2 years ago, and it's very much the same. I think it's like they use the same textbooks and everything.
Absolutely.
It's just ancient. So things got kind of even crazier. I did okay for a while, and then about 2021, I got really back heavy into using. I committed more felonies up in Michigan, domestic violence stuff, and I had already probation violation like 3 times, and I was just at that last stage. And I knew after these new charges in Michigan, I had like a resisting officer, domestic violence, some other stuff. Open container, all kinds of crazy shit.
They don't like that shit up there.
I didn't know a resisting
Even
an officer
more.
was a felony, dude, in
Yeah,
Michigan. Yeah, it's wild.
They take that very serious up there.
Yep. So I decided to just not go. My mom actually, like, I just couldn't stop using, dude. And finally my mom was like, we tried to get into a few detoxes, and because it was cocaine, it was very specific, very like I shoot cocaine. That's what I do. I don't do opiates. I don't drink, you know what I mean? So like getting into a detox, especially back then, was impossible, right? Like
wasn't gonna happen.
We called quite a few, man. They were just like, you don't have any physical symptoms. You're fine. It's a mental thing. And I'm like, I can't even see my arms, bro. Like they're so bruised up. Like, cause you have to do that like every 10 minutes.
Right.
And I was going 3-4 days at a time nonstop. Do some math. You know what I mean? That's just insane. Sorry, this is going on. So 6 years go by. I'm not showing up for court. I'm not doing really almost anything. I had a daughter that I didn't see for like about five years or so. Finally in 2016, I'm like, oh, we got to do something. You know, I talked to my mom and my sister and stuff. I'm like, I gotta turn myself in, you know. And Ruth Ann Franks was retiring because of the mandatory age that next year. The lawyer we talked to was like, you might want to wait, dude. Like, can you make it another year?
Stay out another year, bro.
Yeah. And you know what? So I decided, I was like, you know what? No, I want to turn myself into her because I want to, that's who I ran from. And I feel like, I don't know, this sounds crazy, but like I wanted to make it a point to turn myself into her. And that's how we ran it. Like I turned myself in. She didn't even look at me when I first showed up to court. She just like, you're going to jail, dude, for like a couple months before I can even decide where I want to go, how I want to approach this, you know. So 2 months in county, get out, another court date. Lawyer was fantastic, dude. He would just explained like, you know, the reasons kind of behind why I initially did this. Cause during those 6 years, I didn't do any IV cocaine. Like I'd smoked and drank a little bit to kind of take the edge off, you know, just kind of being bored, honestly. And, but yeah, man, like it honestly kind of in some fashion worked a little bit to where like I wasn't dying essentially. So he talked about that. He talked about, you know, giving me a chance to prove myself because I turned myself in specifically to her, you know, that whole spin of it. So she gave me like a bunch of time of ankle monitoring, just every stipulation you can. It's kind of like almost like a drug court before I even knew about drug court. I did well for a while. Ended up getting a really good job. I was in the 886 union. I was working for a really good company, man. Made a lot of good money. I was doing well. I had 14 months clean and sober, like 100%. And I was kind of dabbling in AA a little bit, had a sponsor, but I never worked the steps. I was introduced, even back at 18, I was introduced to AA and I just never really gave it much of a chance. Mm-hmm. So ended up start using after that 14 months being clean. All I was doing was working. It was like seven tens, and I would stay in to like from like second shift into first shift. Like literally, I would sleep in my car and stuff, in the parking lot up in Detroit. You know, we would work, you know, and it was all commercial work, so I'm all over the place. And so PO finally finds out that I'm using, recommends drug court, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? I don't want to go to prison. You know, I still had like 5 years over my head at that time, and I also had to turn myself in for all my Michigan stuff, and they were like, you know, we're just going to let Ohio deal with you, basically. So get into drug court, and I got introduced to my treatment options. One of them was racing for recovery. Okay, so I went for that option, and I'm very glad I did. It was an excellent program, man. Like, and I truly believe that there's still so much goodness there, and so much like it is. There's a lot of spirit in that, man. And so I was there for about 2 years, and I put some clean time together. I had a couple of times where I went back out for a day or two, and drug court, you can't mess with drug court, bro. Like they know quick when you're going out, whatever. So it was just like anytime I would mess up, it was real quick right back in. And so I completed drug court successfully in October last year, 2019. And I had a year on that day of completing drug court. And I remember being on the docket on my phone. It was all COVID stuff. So I'm on the docket, and I knew something overtook me, man. Like I wanted to use so bad. I was like, finally, like I can make that decision if I want to, blah, blah, blah. And I just short circuited, man. I was doing so much. I was like running groups over there, this kid program me and my brother had started, and oh God, just everything, dude. Like I just was so super involved, just trying to do so much. And I think a lot of it was me trying to kind of run from having to look inside, the introspection, having to look at Mike, man. I love to just wanted to save everybody and all that. And went back out, and I was out for 4 solid months, dude. And it was, I probably blew through like 15 grand just shooting cocaine just day after day. And It's just horrific. That last couple of days of using was just insane, dude. Like I had, I don't know, I don't want to get too graphic, but I had like stuff that needles were like literally bending in my arm and breaking and stuff. It's just
Oh yeah,
horrible, just horrible. An old friend reached out. He knew what was going on, and he was like, "Dude, can we please let me take you to detox?" You know. So I went to Midwest Detox February 7th. I didn't go into res. Dude, honestly, I felt like I was done. I was so disgusted with that life, and I just wanted to get my life back, man. I talk a lot about in meetings how like I just lost my soul through that experience. All of the passions, the playing piano, the gaming, like working with people. I literally did none of that. Like there was no desire to do anything except use. That's where I go when I use, right? So I wanted that back so bad, dude. And I had a 2-year-old. My son just turned 2 Sunday, and he, being away from him was just shredding my soul. And so I gave it a real shot, man. And I probably within that first week, I got a sponsor. I told a guy that you're going to sponsor me, like meet your new sponsee is what I said to him. And I was like, I'm very serious about this. I want to work these steps like thoroughly. I want to give these a chance. I've never really given them a chance. And dude, I am so glad I did. They have literally changed my life, dude. And that's what I talk about in meetings when I talk, man. It's about the steps and how, there's like this fellowship, and which is great, but people can't keep me sober, dude. At the end of the day, that year mark that moment showed me that I had probably 150 phone numbers to call. I just wasn't going to call them. It was just, I was just going to use, period. And why? Where does that come from? Like, and I love what John talked about, how that inner voice, dude, is, I think, in all of us. And that's what I chose to have as my higher power at this time. And that's evolved so much. I've worked through all the steps at this point now. I'm still 9 is like amends, and that's going to be a while, but I've got a sponsee now. I'm helping, my sponsor's helping me sponsor somebody, this guy that's going through Midwest now. And we just met the last couple of Sundays, dude. And between that and H&I, my soul has just never been so full, dude. After like spiritually high, dude. Such a cool thing to do that.
Yeah.
And, as I'm getting more involved with TR and looking at how I want my life to go the next 5 years, next 10 years, I just have so many ideas and things that I want to see form. And I keep telling Juan, I'm like, it's gonna work. Like there's not a shred of doubt in my mind. That's so.
I mean.
Yeah, dude. Sorry I went way over probably, but you guys made fun of me, so I'm punishing you with my long story.
Got you guys.
It's gonna work, dude.
We're editing that.
No, it's okay. No, that was great. I feel like I literally just got to know the 3 of you guys so much better.
Yeah, man.
That was awesome. That was really good for me.
The heart.
I appreciate that.
The heart,
straight
man.
from the heart from all of you guys. That was really, really good.
Yeah.
Solid, dude.
I forgot we were doing a podcast for a minute.
I know.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You end up forgetting where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's safe to say that if any of us in the room go back out there, like we'll all know right away. Oh, because we just go so fucking hard, dude. He's gonna be shooting coke every 7 minutes. Like, we'll know, dude.
Yeah.
We will know.
There's no hiding it for Mike. There's no hiding it.
Yeah.
Dude.
I won't answer the phone.
People in Turkey. People in Turkey.
Just gone.
John's living in Turkey.
Where'd John go?
Juan doesn't go to the river on Thursday nights anymore.
No. I think we made it. I think we made an oath
a
that we
bad
were going to
word.
punch each other in the face.
100%. If I use,
That's a good one.
doesn't matter who it is, whoever wants to like strap me to a chair and just beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
That's my promise to just people. I mean, that's fair.
It's fair.
Beat the shit out of me. If I use, then have at it.
I can't do it.
Yes, you can do.
Okay,
if
I
I
can.
used, you would be so mad.
I'll fuck you up.
All right. So we're gonna end on a fun note. We did a lot of serious stuff. We're gonna go into a segment. My favorite part of this is rapid fire. We're going for rapid fire, and we are going to the way that rapid fire works. So we alternate. We ask questions, and the order, just so you guys know, is John, Megan, Mike, John, Megan, Mike, John, Megan, Mike. So that's the order that it's going in. We'll alternate. So I'll ask a question, then you, then me, then you.
Yeah.
And if it's your question, you have to answer right away.
Okay.
Like, don't think about it. I mean, if you have to think about it for like a second or whatever, that's fine. But like, whatever comes to your mind, spit it out there. Let us hear it. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever. It's good that way. So we're going to get a little music going on here.
Yeah.
Get that vibe out. Yep.
Come on, boy.
Who is this? Mark Schauman?
Charlo.
Mark Charlo. Mark Charlo.
Mark Charlo.
9 after 9. All right. So we're going to start with John, okay?
Yeah.
John, if you had to name your nipples, what would you name them?
Pikachu.
Pika and Chew? Pika and Chew or
Yeah.
Pikachu and Pikachu?
Pikachu. Pikachu.
Peek at Chew.
Pikachu.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Pikachu.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Meg. $1 million to cut off your finger. Yes or no?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Really? Right now, $1 million. You'll let me cut your finger off.
Yes.
Would you cut your own finger off for the $1 million?
No.
Really?
I mean, I would try.
All right, fair enough.
Oh.
Mike, is it called pop or soda?
Pop.
Attaboy.
Thank you.
Attaboy. John, what is your spirit animal?
Horse. I froze. I panicked. Secretariat.
It was so a
Secretariat
unicorn.
with the large heart. Secretariat.
Unicorn for sure.
I'm more like a sea biscuit type dog.
Megan, if a pimple exploded, make the sound into a mic.
I'm gonna throw up.
Sound like a shooting star, dude.
Where the
Can you imagine
Are
if
these
that's that is so
I
great.
wish,
I
dude.
love this.
Mike, if you had to fight a bear, would you choose a knife or a bat?
bat?
You just be clubbing that bear.
More. I was thinking.
Listening to Limp Bizkit. Be a grizzly bear.
My life in 2 pieces.
Yeah.
This is our last piece.
A knife is too close, man. Like, I got some distance. I can poke it.
Oh my god, I can see it happening. I can see it happening.
Like
John, curly fries or crinkle cut?
Curly.
for sure.
Attaboy.
Good answer.
All right. Meg, what celebrity would you like to make love to?
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Yo, she
Didn't expect that.
No.
she hasn't changed in the last like 20 years.
No.
Yeah, that's
You know
wild.
what I mean? She still looks exactly the way she did 20 years ago. Mike,
Mhm.
do you fold or ball up your toilet paper when you wipe?
Fold.
Thank you.
Yeah, my grandma taught me.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Any ballers
Wait,
here?
what?
Does anybody ball it up?
That's not a thing, is it?
Baller. Yeah.
I
Tara?
was
It
a
is
baller.
the only thing. You ball up.
No,
toilet paper?
no. I fold. I'm saying people ball.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Yes,
That's the
dude.
thing.
Like
Baby wipes.
4-year-olds.
Baby
4-year-olds.
wipes. I know a couple
Matt.
people that literally travel.
Matt, do you stand up when you wipe your butt, or do you
I
bend
do.
over
I stand up.
and puts his
Wow.
head towards the
I
toilet?
stand up. Everybody else sits down and wipes. I can't even.
He does
I do
this.
like a
So he's
hover.
taking a poop and then he wipes like this.
That's not.
Did you
That's
get
not
that,
true.
Josh?
It's false.
That's not true. Fine, I do stand up though.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Did I ask that question? Is this you?
That's me. John, if you had to go get to Cleveland, which route would you take?
What the fuck, dude?
What the heck? Oh, by air. By air.
So fly.
There's more than one way to get to Cleveland, but do you really mean it?
Turkish.
Megan,
Boy.
would you rather be a vegan or be in love with a pig?
A vegan.
Okay.
Sure, whatever. I'd pick a pig. Mike, would you rather get frosted tips or pierced nipples and a sun belly button tattoo?
The tattoo for sure.
What?
Frosted tips are boring.
What?
No, they're not, bro. They're really cool, man.
Frosting my tips tomorrow.
I'm frosting my freaking.
Okay, John. I want you to sell Juan a treadmill from Dick's Sporting Goods right now.
Oh my God, I can do this, dude.
I know.
All right, so we have these Nordic tracks, man. These Nordic tracks. You need this treadmill. Like, what do you think, Nordic Vikings? Vikings. They're strong. They're powerful, dude. You don't want your village to get pillaged and ran through. Get this fucking Nordic track. Run. Get in shape. Get the fucking treadmill.
Yeah.
Sold.
Fuck yeah. I want to be a Nordic.
Yeah, you want to be Nordic. You want to be a pussy?
Feel like my
get the
family
Nordic
would
track.
get
Here's my credit card.
Yeah.
God, I feel like my life's on the line if I don't.
So good.
Sheesh. Megan, look
Yes.
in the camera and say, I'll smack your lips off without saying it.
Yo, that was angry. Yo, she did a little extra.
Put a little crink in her whip, boy.
Okay, I don't really like this one, but I don't know how to get it. Mike, if you could pick another name, what would it be?
Baba Ganoush. That's just what came to my mind.
That's the first thing that just popped into the mind.
Yeah. Solid.
All right,
dude.
that's good. That's a good answer.
All right. John, if you were a hippo, let me hear your best mating call. One more.
What they sound like? I'm assuming it's something like that.
I don't think anybody really knows, dude.
That's probably
Or
What's a hippo
rough.
sound like underwater, dude? Add some bubbles into that.
You hungry hippo dog?
Jeez, dude. Oh, I was so excited to hear that one. Oh, God. Megan,
Yes.
spray or stick deodorant?
Stick.
Okay.
Mike, boxers or briefs?
Depends on the day. Briefs. Mostly.
All right.
Really?
Yeah, some days I'm just in a boxer's kind of mood.
And some days you wear briefs.
Other days it's a thong.
Other days it's a thong. He's got the hammock.
Banana.
The banana hammock. John, if you had to choose how to die, how would you want to go out?
Drown.
Really?
Whoa.
Jesus.
Fuck. Me too. Megan, let me hear your best impression of Sloth from the Goonies. Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys.
She goes,
Just trying to test it out real quick.
Mike, check. All right, last question. This is a good one. Mike.
Yeah.
Would you rather pee your pants in public or poop and not be able to wipe for a week?
Pee my pants in public, probably. No shame.
He's like, yo, I got arrested in a Kroger's, bro. I'll be in public. It can't be any worse than that.
I'll do it right now.
I'll do it on camera. That was so good. Oh, guys, that's the end of
That was
Rapid
fun.
Fire. You guys survived.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
You survived Rapid Fire and did really, really well. You guys have anything else you want to talk about? We've been on for an hour and 51 minutes. This might be our lastest one, or our longest one.
This is our longest. It's right at our longest right now. Yeah. Right around it.
Anything else you guys want to talk about?
And I was worried that we wouldn't have enough to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Get real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Well, that was good, man.
Yeah, I would like to say something.
Say something.
I'll say something.
Say
man.
something else.
I'd like to say something. I'm saying something. I'm just really happy you guys are here, man. Like, you know, we've been working so hard. You know, for anybody out there, like, if you're wondering how to get into treatment, how to get to where you want to be, like, I promise you, if you call our lifeline, 419-561-LIFE, if you call us, I promise you, between the 4 of us, the 5 of us, all the resources that we have, I can tell you 100% that the people right here in this room are going to go above and beyond to try to be there for you, you know, and I'm just so happy and blessed, man, to like walk with you guys every single day through this, you know, no matter what happens. Like when I said, are you guys in? You guys said yes. I remember asking intentionally, like, are you in? Because it's going to be hard work. Mm-hmm. And you guys haven't batted an eye one time.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? I'm just thankful. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for.
I second that. I second that for sure. It means a lot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of beautiful things, man. We're doing good things and we're having fun.
Dude, so much fun.
It's almost like we're doing this all over again.
It is.
It's like TR, like this is what we did. It was a group of us. It was fellowship. It was family. And it was, there was no no's, dude. It was like, yes, we're doing, the answer is yes, whatever it is, we're going to do it. And every single person that was involved in team recovery early on that did that is like living a really good life right now. And not all of them are in treatment, working in treatment, but that foundation was like, I don't know. We held each other accountable. We learned a lot. We had fun. We practiced programs and didn't just have fun, and we helped other people, dude. Like that's really, that was the formula. That was the recipe. Yeah, man. So to be able to recreate that again and start to get that going again is the ultimate goal. Yeah. Like, how do we do that? How do we develop and breed that culture and show other people, like, not just us sitting in this room right here. Like, we need more people to jump in. Like, let's create more team recoveries to do the same thing for their benefit, for their family's benefit, for like, dude, get them, start their own podcast, get them on the new, like, whatever makes you feel like you're doing, like, I don't need it anymore. I don't need that anymore. It's you guys now, like, have it all, take it all, do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, dude. Homie selling the shirts the other day.
That was cool to see him doing that.
Like, yeah, give us shirts, dude. What are you doing, man? Let's put you on, bro.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
Could have been selling dope, but he was selling shirts.
Yeah, dude.
Good for him. I love that. I love that. Guys, thank you for coming to my house tonight and doing this with me with us, I should say, for gosh, what, 4 hours now? Yeah. We start 7:00. It's 11:30. Yeah. Thanks for dedicating your night to us and to our listeners and viewers. That's it for episode 4 of Full Belly Podcast. The next episode is episode 5. And 1 + 1 equals 2.
Very good, man.
No way.
I actually do know who the next guest is going to be. I haven't even told you yet. It's very, very exciting. Not really so much from a recovery perspective, but just from a life perspective.
Is it Jennifer Aniston?
God, dude, you ruined it. You ruined it. No, I wish. That'd be really cool. It's actually going to be Oscar.
Yes,
Oscar the Grouch. No, but thank you guys. If you ever do need anything, please give us a call, 419-561-LIFE. Let me, put some of this music on. If you ever need anything, give us a call, 419-561-LIFE. So the 2 musics going on. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow us on YouTube as well. Tell your friends and family about us. Share this episode. If we share it, show us your support. And I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Thank you so much.